trains, paddleboards, skiing with or without your wife, and 3 words in one phrase that changes everything. This week's Every Day's a Bonus. Okay, well, welcome to Every Day's a Bonus as it is in progress. As to such, we've been in the studio having a great time catching up, and so glad you're here with us today at Every Day's a Bonus. With me, I'm Kennkington. I'm hosting, and this is my great friend, good friend.
He's an friend,
an acquaintance.
Decent friend,
Acquaintance.
It's his studio.
Logan Weber.
We have to let him be on here.
And the always improvisational Brent MOXEY.
Hi.
And wow, what a good time. So have you guys been doing good?
I've been doing great.
Other than making random noises that make no sense.
Just making, sorry. I don't think you guys realize we probably sit here for
Half
30 minutes. 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe half an hour. It's either
Not
30 minutes or half an hour.
Yeah.
6, 7 or the other. But we literally sit here and we have a conversation while Skylar is back there and Colin getting everything ready behind the scenes. And at some point, the recording starts. And I don't think we know what stories we've told and haven't told. And so we just start. And so Ken just says, welcome. And then it's like we're in the middle of something and tears. I'm still clearing some tears out of my eyes here. So I feel better. But it's been,
I think if we did a B-reel, it could be like a 4-hour movie.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Just cuts
man.
of what we talked
want
to
to sit around
set.
with us for 6 hours and just hear what we talk about.
Really
What
random.
doesn't make it into the episode.
Yes.
It makes no sense
Yeah,
whatsoever.
yeah.
Well, I have been dying to hear more, and we do have a purpose for this too, but I've been dying to hear more. You and Kirsten go up to see your kids at Liberty when they have home games, right?
We did. So
she's a dancer, and
she is. She's at the football games. We have season tickets to the football games. So this is Lola Reese's senior year. And so we wanted to go up and just watch her dance. Sidelines, they do a performance during the third quarter. And so anyway, it's just we go to the indoor practice facility and see the football team go through and the dancers do something and the cheerleaders do something. So it's just a thing we've done. And we always jump in a plane or we jump in the car and we drive up there. But
well, that's what I want to pull out is that we filmed this in Kennesaw. We're in Kennesaw, right?
We are.
Ish.
Kennesaw, Georgia, and that's Liberty. That's in Lynchburg, Virginia.
That's Virginia, yes.
And you and I have talked about how you'll do books on audio and your wife, and you share those. And one time my favorite was like, we're kind of, okay, see you, bye, because you wanted to get to the end of a book that you were listening to.
Right. Right. We had to hit pause going to see the kids while we're sitting there in the car. We had to finish the end of the book.
Oh,
it was
that's
good.
so great.
It was good. We get creative. We enjoy our coffee trips and all that. But this past trip was quite different
and
than
that's what I love. And there's so many pieces of this I want to unpack.
Okay.
But I saw him and his wife last night, and I'm like, tell me about, and here's what it was. He had told me they're riding a train.
That's right.
From Atlanta to Lynchburg to go
Virginia.
up there.
Yeah.
I mean, were there like cowboys trying to rob it on the way up? Or, I mean, I
don't even know.
They still have trains with like cars and everything.
They sell the Harry Potter snacks?
Yes. But yes. That's what baffled me though. It was like, there's still trains. We know it. We all know it, but there are still trains that goes from New Orleans, all the stops till you get to Atlanta, all the stops till you get to Virginia, all the stops till you get to Penn Station in New York City. And if you want to ride it all 39 hours, you can if you want to. So that's where I was going to land.
Where did you catch the train and when?
We caught it downtown Atlanta. Interesting little spot that there is, but I guess it makes it hard. You can't really move a train station to a newer, different area. You're kind of tied to the tracks.
Yeah.
Wherever the tracks are at, the building has to be there. So
right after Sherman burned the city down, they didn't move the track.
They were like, keep it here. Don't leave it. And don't change a thing about it.
They didn't burn.
And it's like the tracks are charred. Leave them. Doesn't matter. Just leave it there and put a wooden chair upstairs. And that's what we all said. And a few wooden chairs up there.
Waiting for the train.
We modernly Ubered to the train station.
And then you get on a train.
On a train.
God, transportation bookends
and
there.
What better way to turn a simple 7-hour drive into a 12 and a half hour train ride. It was like, it's how long? Like, isn't there no stoplights?
Did you buy the tickets
no
before
traffic?
you knew how long it was?
Well, we've always wanted to try a train, and we thought, let's just try. Now that we found out Atlanta to Lynchburg, Virginia, let's try it. Bought the tickets. I'm like, all right, Kirsten, it leaves at 11:29 p.m. So that means the train is about to, and it gets in at 9:45 a.m. the next day. So we're about to ride it all night long is what's happening here. All right.
Okay.
So we're getting on train. We actually did a thing where you could, if you've ever ridden a train before, there are sit-in train cars. So just like a coach seat would be on an airplane. Then there's the sleeper cars.
Are those seats
whole
like
bedrooms.
airplane seats?
I would compare the coach seats to like first class seats on an airplane.
Okay.
They go back a little farther, a little bit
I'm
wider.
traveling by train from now on. Say no more.
Foot things that
I am
pop
so
up.
sick of this.
I know. And they're
airplanes.
Well, your 2-hour trip can take you 20 hours as well.
That sounds awesome.
It just depends.
Worth it.
Good news, you got a first class seat. Bad news, it's on a train.
You're going to sit up on a train for 20 hours straight with the same people around you coughing at your face. So,
so you're facing each other.
some,
Some
man,
do.
there's so many things to unpack here. I don't have time. So I'm going to compact this whole story into this.
Okay.
Yes.
They said, hey, we've got some sleeper cars. They're $1,600 if you want a bedroom on this train. And I'm like, I can't do that. And I bid. You get your money back if you don't get it. I bid $200.
Okay.
And then 2 days later, they're like, hey, you won the bid. So we got our own bedroom on this train, which included a couch, like a chair, a bathroom, a shower,
No
a
way.
sink. No. All
So more like a
compact.
cruise ship.
It's like a cruise ship, but smaller and less comfortable and much longer.
More like an airplane bathroom.
It's like an airplane
On a
bathroom
cruise ship train.
with a shower head over you. So while you're going to the bathroom, take a shower. You can clean everything all in one fell swoop, right? Yeah. And I understand how one fell swoop
There's
works.
no toilet
You're doing
paper.
everything
You
at
know where
once.
that
You
term
just
came
turn on
from?
the shower.
I
One
know.
fell
That's
swoop.
it. The one fell swoop. But when we get on the train, it's 11:30 p.m. And so I'm ready to go explore. I'm ready to go see the dining car. I want to go see the conductor. Can I pull the
yeah.
whistle? How do I
wanna
get
go
to
to the
sit on the
caboose.
coal? Can I sit on the coal? Do I get on top and is the snow up there? And is that Polar Express? I don't know how this
Can we
works.
have a fight scene on top of the train?
And is it slow motion? If I jump on the train,
Yeah.
will
It
will
move
I,
and
will it
yeah,
go and I
no,
land
yeah.
on the next one? How does that all work? So I'm ready to go explore. And each bedroom has its own attendant. And she's like, hello, Moxie's, welcome here. And so here's, I had to do my joke where it's like, oh, it's not Kirsten, it's Kirsten, like curse word, because I always have to have people help them remember how to remember Kirsten's name. So I'm doing all this with her and I'm like, now I'd love to go, man, maybe grab some coffee. Is the dining car open? She goes, oh, no. It's nighttime. It's time to go to bed. I'm like, oh, I love it. I know. Thank you for getting our beds ready. This is so nice.
But
now,
we're
which
gonna
way?
go around, walk
Well,
around the
we're gonna
cruise ship.
And she's like, no, everyone's asleep on board. It's time to go to bed. So Kirsten and I got in our room and we just kind of sat there like crisscross applesauce with our legs. And we're like, I guess we have to just sit in here. we can't go walk around. She didn't want us to walk around anywhere. So we stayed in our room and we talked and we explored and we laughed at things. There's some big latch system. There's a bunk on top. And it looks like you're supposed to seatbelt yourself in so that you don't roll off in the middle of the night. So I get up there and I'm doing all the things and I've got a picture of all this.
buckle it?
I'm trying to buckle and clip myself in. And I'm like, I don't understand how this works. And come to find out, you don't latch yourself to it. You're supposed to latch it to the ceiling, to the roof,
to just kind of
and
make
it stops you. So now, what it doesn't stop is during your 12 stops from here to Virginia, they're constantly stopping. So you're rolling up, you're rolling back, you're rolling up. You're like a little Tootsie Roll back and forth. And I'm trying to sleep, and I'm like, every 4 minutes we're stopping, we're going. I'm like, there's no traffic on the train track. What are we stopping so much for? I don't know why we're rolling around back and forth, but quite the experience. We got stuck behind. Anyway, it just reminds you though, that's the basics. That's how they used to do it all the time until the common car came about and until the airplane made things so quick. But it was kind of nice. I'm going to be honest. You asked last night, you said, so how would you rank it? And I think Kirsten and I would both rank it as action, adventure, an experience. 10 out of 10. Sleep and restfulness, 1 out of 10. It was
Been better in a seat in the first class.
Yeah. So coming back, it was time to come back. Same 10 p.m. now instead of 11 p.m. We're coming back from Virginia. They're shutting down the ticket office, the offices. They're having everybody go outside because the train's running late. And we decided just to stick with 2 coach chairs. And I think we slept better in the 2 coach chairs than we did rolling around up against the wall in the shower.
Yeah.
Doom, doom, doom. Like, what's that game that Pong? It's Pong.
Yes.
Ding, ding. I felt like it was a game of Pong. Boom, boom. This wall, that wall, this wall, that wall. So, but anyway, we finally got to where we went, and it was the next morning was incredible. We went to the dining car. She had our food ready for us, and we had coffee, and we had our biscuits and gravy and all that while like the Virginia countryside is going by.
Cool.
So I could see like a daytime ride
Would be cool.
Could be really cool to see all the stuff you're passing. If you're going from Atlanta to Virginia, that is going to be all nighttime except for sunrise the next morning. By that time, you've got an hour left and you're there. So, but it was good. I mean, it reminds you of just, you're blessed to be able to fly in a plane, or the simplicity of being in a car and pulling over when you want, getting food when you want, and not, it'll make you stay in your room. But again, if you want a different experience, sometimes it's fun to mix it up a little bit, and we've wanted to do it. So if you're ever wanting to try it out, give it a shot. It's a cool way to see something different, a whole different group.
Family and friends, when you and Mel, where's something you guys that have gone unique or different that most people haven't done, haven't seen, haven't been, or what have you done to get there, or an experience you've had that you're thinking, man, this was so fun, or this was different, or, I mean,
We're not that cool.
and you have little girls. This is probably
you're super cool.
Pre-children, but
Yeah.
what's the most creative date you ever went on with your wife?
Most creative date?
That would impress everybody and think, man, he's the best husband ever.
Wow, you're really
This is
putting me
the
on
coolest
the
date
spot
I've ever
here.
heard in my life.
Tell
us that one.
I think probably our favorite trip would be Park City, Utah.
Really? So skiing?
Yes,
Utah.
not super creative, but romantic and
Cool.
and a lot of fun.
This
And
before
Mallory
kids?
had never skied before. No, we left the
She
kids with
never
my parents.
skied
She had never
before.
skied before,
Nice.
so I taught her by paying for ski school. And
Both of you went?
And no, I took off to get all the blues and black diamonds out of my system that morning, and then she had just one
She came
lesson.
back.
Let's
the
go
first
green,
morning,
baby.
I did
And
hear
the
you
rest
say
of the trip I was with her.
This was a very romantic trip where we had 2 separate skiing adventures.
It was awesome.
Bunny slopes, and I was on the
I was
black
like,
diamonds
you
by
have fun
myself.
learning. I am going to go way up there and I'm going to get it all out of my system.
Yep.
And then I'll do however good or not good you get. I'll be on your level the rest of the trip.
But you know what's cool?
And she was able to do greens
And
the
I
rest
bet
of the
you
trip.
it doesn't matter.
She did great.
Sweet.
She's super athletic.
I bet you it doesn't matter how bad you may have had an experience. You give it a little bit of time, you really do just remember the good parts of that trip, unless it was so bad. But it's interesting how a trip can have a lot of good and a lot of bad, but enough time goes by and you just remember the good is what
really
rises
do.
to the top. You said romantic, awesome adventure. And I'm sure there's some difficult situations of flights and kids, and it is what it is, but you remember the good stuff. So
that was one of those trips that was pretty flawless.
that's awesome.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, I can't think of one bad moment, except I stayed up too late the first night watching Georgia win the national championship. And I was
That's
tired.
romantic.
I was tired from
That
travel.
is so romantic.
Everything you're saying
Everything
seems
I'm
like
saying
this is
sounds like
quite
it was
an
a
interesting
trip for me.
Horrible trip for my family, but I loved it, everybody.
No, the girls weren't with us. They were with my
Okay,
parents.
that's
They
right,
stayed
that's
home.
right. Okay.
We went to this there's this little underground restaurant in downtown Park City. It was a sushi spot, and we were like, this is crazy.
Cool.
Sushi in the mountains, but
Yeah, I
we're
love
both
chicken.
craving it. Let's do it. And it was awesome.
Oh, that's so good.
And it was one of those cools, like you go down the stairs in the little city area where it feels like you're going in the basement of a building, and really cool atmosphere. And
That's a neat
nice
experience.
steakhouse another night. And we did it for our anniversary. So there was romance outside of me
Being by yourself, watching football.
and watching football. Other than that,
Other than that, and the 3 dinners when
That's
I went out by
reality.
myself, because there was a place I wanted to go.
I saw
she didn't
Mallory
want to
for
go.
about 3 hours on the trip. And then, that was it.
It was fun. It was enjoyable. Well, then you have to
How about
answer
you?
the same
You've got
thing.
to have a good one.
Give it to us. You've been around a long time. Like, you gotta give us
you've been places.
some good things.
Heather and I rented dinosaurs and we rode them, and that was just awesome.
That's true.
No, I think anything creative or unique. I mean, this last year, she came out of nowhere and said, we're going to do that. And we talked about on another episode, the Canyon Climber Club. And I'm like,
that's cool.
I'm into that. And I don't love hiking, but doing it with her, I'm like, oh man, this is great. And we ended up having a great day in that. So I think anything just out of the norm.
What's
and
the
unique.
falls you did that's just right up here?
Amicalola.
I told you we went there a few weeks ago. We ran all the way down, and then somebody said, "You want to ride back?" And I'm like, "No."
So
and then we ran all the way back up.
All the
it was exhausting. Yeah,
I bet.
Halfway up, I was like, "This was not a good choice." Skipping every other step, not
Doesn't
smart.
help.
Not smart. I had to take a few breathers, but it was.
How are your legs the next day?
Oh man, on fire. Myself, Hayden went with us. Man, who else was there? Caleb, one of the guys on our staff, went, and then Tyler Newsom. We all ran up. Caleb was like a little ninja all the way back up. The rest of us were
catch
trying
him and just
punch him in the
tackle him.
Yeah, stab him. I guess was something like a blunt force object,
Yeah, just something like
like
that.
a spoon.
Even that when you
just want to? Don't you just want to kill the people you work with sometimes?
Raise your hand if you ever want to murder someone before.
Just,
And say their name out loud just so we know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Brent.
No, you just said a different Brent.
Different Brent.
Obviously.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Obviously.
good.
Yeah.
But no, but you hit on something in
Interesting.
that experience and in the running with the staff and all that. Man, anything together.
Oh, yes.
And
Anything
it doesn't
together's
matter.
great.
And I've got one quick story of just Heather and I'd done some consulting. Somebody gave us a free trip to Isla Juarez.
Isla Juarez.
Isla, is it Isla or Isla?
Isla Juarez.
It's Spanish for island.
If you just slur it all together, I won't even know.
You wanted
anyway.
us not to ask.
Thanks for pointing that out. Another word I can't say. But it's Spanish.
Man, there's been so many words. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah.
But
Say it again just so we can hear it.
Isla Juarez.
Oh, yes.
We had to go across the Cancun to the private island.
okay. The private island.
And just the whole experience was great. But there's one part of it where the guy this is a small all-inclusive resort. So Juan, he was the bag boy. He was also the desk clerk, also the pool guy, and also the waiter at the
He
restaurant.
does it all.
And so one day
amazing.
Heather's like, I want to go see the dolphins. There was this dolphin, swim with the dolphin exhibit next to us. And I said, me too. So instead of going on the tour there, we wanted to also paddleboard. So Juan tells us, Mr. Ken, you love paddleboard, and let me give you the rules to paddleboard. You see the jetty over there, go to the jetty. Over there, the docks to the dolphins, go past the docks. And then 80 yards, go 80 yards. 80 yards the current by the island. You end up South America.
There's a lot of rules.
There are 3 rules.
Ugh.
So we push off, and of course,
You'd ignore all of them.
well,
Okay, here we go.
you and Heather have the same mindset. We go see the dolphins. We're looking under the dock, and coolest thing ever. I mean, me to the cameras. There's like 8 adults.
Did you have like snorkels with you too?
No, we were just on the boards, but they're like right there on the other side of the dock. I'm like, so cool. And she does not understand rules. So she's like, it'd be great. I bet if we go around the dock, I bet we could see a lot more. And I'm the rule follower. So I'm like, yeah, but Juan said no, go around the dock.
Yeah.
Juan
And
said
she
no when he
goes-
checked us in and carried our luggage and made us lunch.
She said, what are they going to call the paddleboard police on us?
That's probably Juan. He will come out there with lights on his little
whistle.
whistle.
So she takes off, and I'm sitting here complexed. I'm like, I follow rules. We can't. Okay. So like Adam ate the apple, and Eve said, hey, that tastes good. I'm following right along behind her.
Are you sure? I think it was the other way around.
Well, he ate the apple that she gave him. She ate it first. See, Heather was going first, and then I followed her.
You followed. Good job as a husband. Great job following your wife.
Hey,
We're
we wanted
gonna-
to make sure Eve got proper credit.
We needed theology to be correct in
She
this story.
ate first.
Yes.
Boy,
He
did
did
you
not
get it.
say, husbands, you will have pain in childbirth. He said, Eve, pain in childbirth.
Yeah, husbands, you will video everything with cameras and
Yes.
and hold hands if you can.
So the downside was we get around the dock, and sure enough, more dolphins than you can count. But out of nowhere, I hear this very convicting alarm. Just,
Please say it's Juan.
It wasn't Juan.
Oh.
But it was.
That would have been epic.
I was like, what is going on? And I'm thinking, is that the paddleboard police? And
Yeah.
And I turn around towards the dock, and coming straight at us is this ship. It's not a boat. It's like a 5-story ship. And he is honking, and he's coming straight at the dock. And
Why is he coming straight at the dock?
because he's bringing people to the dolphin exhibit.
That makes sense.
And I turn around.
He's going to crash?
Not even fully over my shoulder. I just turn towards Heather. I'm like, we gotta go! And I just start hoofing it. And he's honking, and I'm screaming at the top of the I can't see him. I'm like, I am going as fast as I can. And I get past the dock. And then he starts honking even more. I'm like, dude.
She made me do it.
I am nowhere near the dock. And I look, and Heather, and I calculate, she's not going to make it. And this dude's bearing down, and she's terrified. And she's like, what? And I was like, go the other way. And she starts turning around. And I mean, within seconds, she's paddling away, and he's right in front of me. And I'm like, oh, I'm thinking it was a good 20 years.
We've enjoyed it.
I thought she's not going to make it. And I had every negative emotion you can think of.
Her life is flashing before your eyes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I put my wife in ski school. You
Put her in front of a ship.
In front of a ship to be murdered.
On a paddleboard.
I'm feeling pretty good about my trip to Park
Yeah.
City.
My 21-hour train ride is fine. Okay.
Yes.
We're safe.
Yeah, we're looking good. So as soon as he stops, I paddle out around the ship. I get to the back corner of the ship, hoping to see her, and she is paddling like a cartoon character, just going at it. And she looks up, and she just screams at me. She goes, what do I do now? Because, I mean, she's going this fast, paddling as hard as she can, and she's not moving.
For those listening, his hand wasn't moving at all.
It's not moving at all because she's in the current.
Oh, no.
And the current, she's not moving. And she's like, what do I do? And she's crying and scared to death. And I had nothing. I had regret, remorse, and I just, it came out. I'm like, paddle harder. And she waved to me, but she only used one finger.
Yeah.
And yeah, exactly like that. And so I paddle out to her, and she literally collapses and grabs my board. I get us out of the current. I get around to the cove. I'm now totally out of breath. She is exasperated. And she's like, why did you leave me? And I was like, well, you broke the rules. And after about a minute of just that, we just started dying laughing. And I'm like, I am so sorry. And that night, we're having dinner on the peninsula that overlooks all of the dolphin stuff. And we're recounting this experience. And I just told her, I said, honey, you know, I've heard in marriage you can be right or you can be happy. But I'm going to tell you there's another one. And I have never felt more regret and more angst and more depression in a moment. I tell you what, there's another one, and that is I'm never going to have that experience again. You get hit by the ship, I get hit by the ship. Because above all, together, we're doing it together.
Right. Together.
And
I like that.
And I'm sitting there, and she was like, oh. And we actually have a plank over our bed. It's about 4.5 feet by 1.5 feet. It just is above all, and huge words together.
Please
That's
say
kind of our mantra.
it came from the paddleboard that was destroyed by the ship.
Yes.
Leftover particles.
Like part of the dock, something.
This has my blood hanging from the shard piece.
It looks like it. But the kicker was Juan walks up at that moment, and he said, I told you no go around the dog.
Yeah.
And I was, but I'm thinking
with the wind.
But it really is.
Handing you the food.
I've since that day, I've always thought, whether it's with friends at steps, and somebody goes, "Hey, let's do this," or I went with a bunch of guys up to Alaska, and we're just fixing stuff at this church, and it was not in and of itself. What we did was not just fun all day, but man, you remember the good parts.
Oh yeah, you remember the good parts,
and you remember, man, I want to do this more.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I can even bring that full circle to saying on the podcast, we were doing it. I had tried to do one before. I'm like, I got to have somebody else. And then when we brought in Logan, I'm like, dude, I don't care if this thing totally flames out, which we've heard great feedback from so many of you guys.
Yeah.
But it's something about being together. And I hope that folks feel like, I love to listen in just because I feel like I'm a part.
Hopefully you're just a little hanging out with us in the space right here and talking about that. Man, that's a great kind of takeaway. I mean, as we wind things down here, that's a really good reminder. If you're doing it with your spouse, if you're doing it with friends, but I mean, I love this. If you're married out there or aspire to be or whatever it is, but even with kids, you could put it into any avenue of just like doing things together, bring up some of the best memories. And I think I've told this story before, but when I asked my kids their favorite memory on one of our vacations, and they could have mentioned
Disney World
and Hawaii and all the things. And it was just when we ran out of gas and we were throwing pine cones in the window of the car. But it really is a reminder. Go back. I don't even know what episode that was on, but I think I've talked about
14.
that. But, wow. I listen to it every day when I'm driving to work.
I'm just good job. Another listen on a random episode.
But anyway, it's funny that they don't remember either the bad and the ugly and things. They just remember those experiences. And so the more experiences, the better. And you pile them on your kids when they're younger, and you're not doing everything for them all the time. A lot of times you're doing it for mom and dad to remember and to look back. And so those are, I think, the together thing. But as couples, if you're skiing in different parts of the area, but you're at least together sometimes, or watching a football game.
Lunch was great.
Sometimes, but you find things that you can do together. And you know what? It's like in the Bible. If you go read the book of Chronicles, pretty good chance you're not going to hear any of the bad stuff David did, because they left it out of the Chronicles, right? You got to go look at 2 Samuel and, all of the Samuel stuff for all the David's things. But he wanted kings back in those days would write these chronicles so they would have all the good points in their kingdom and all the good stuff and all the bad stuff. Although we know what all happened to those kings and we have those stories, the chronicles themselves were like the highlights of what it is. But what's your chronicle going to be? You look back and you're like, what's your highlight with your wife, with your kids, with your family? What's your chronicle going to be when you're like, all right, I'm only getting to know you for 60 seconds. What have you been up to over the last year or two? What's your chronicle? What's your highlight going to be? It's a good
reminder. Get out there and do stuff.
Make memories.
So many people are spending so much of their life watching other people live their lives while they just scroll on their phones and see what other people are doing.
Yeah, go make your own highlight reel.
Go make your own highlight reel. I heard someone say this the other day. I think it was Willie Robertson, Duck Dynasty guy. He goes, what would your book of Acts look like?
Book of Acts?
What would your book of Acts look like?
Wow.
So are you just reading scripture and going to church and just that's it?
Like that.
Or
are you into action?
Are you going to put this into action?
Yeah, I like that. That's good. That's a good reminder.
Are you going to go live this out?
That's a good reminder, guys.
Good word. Wow.
I want to keep talking, but we can't.
Yeah. I know. I gotta go. I want to validate what you said in the you remember the good things.
Yeah.
And this will be the close. My daughter, 4, 5, and 6 years old, going through cancer treatments. And I ask her, what do you remember about it? And the two pieces she'll bring up all the time. There was a treasure chest, which was at the end of the horrific treatments. She remembered the treasure chest. And she said, going to Waffle House with you afterwards and shooting straws at each other.
That's cool.
That's what she remembered.
That's cool.
So here's the deal. I guess, I don't know what your takeaway from today would be, but just be encouraged. Go be with friends, be with your spouse, be with your family, be with them, and just realize, find the good in all that, because even if it's horrible, you're going to laugh and remember the good parts.
That's right.
Because above all, that every day doesn't always work out, but we know that every day is a bonus.
Do it.
We'll see you next time.
Live it out long.
Let's go for your
Live it out loud.
Above all together.
Above all together. That was a good time to do it, but you didn't do it.
I don't do that one. Okay.
Above all together.
Let that play out.
Nonetheless. Furthermore, see you next time.
Just remember.
I can't remember.